Hi everyone, it's Jonathan Hung again, back with my Q&A with an angel. And next question comes from Patrick Driscoll. He says, hey Jonathan, I'm helping several startups to raise their seed and Series A rounds, and I'm having trouble finding lead investors. Have you heard of anything about less lead investors based on high-risk pandemic issues? Well, I would say right now, because of COVID-19 and the state of where we are in the world, it's just harder for people to invest. I mean, the capital is not as easy as it was to raise. And I think investors are just being more cautious. I wouldn't say that there aren't lead investors anymore. It's just people are really hunkering down because they're being inundated with so many deals. I, for one, for example, I have probably, gosh, at least 6 to 7 Zoom, Hangout, or Microsoft Teams meetings a day. And I think to myself, what am I going to do? I mean, I can't invest one a day. That's a crazy track record, right? So every week after I go through all my meetings, I figure out what will we get, who are my A's, who are my B's, who are my C's. And from there, I go to my team. Every Monday, we have our partners meeting and we try to say like, these are the top A ideas for the week. And there's some that I'm putting on the back burner that I think like, hey, maybe down the road, there'd be still great times to invest in these companies, but they're not right there at the current moment. And then there are opportunities where it's just like, hey, I mean, lead investors, maybe the problem is that like we need to find other people to help co-invest alongside. I mean, it's very rare for just one venture firm to put in the entire amount. And for an entrepreneur, you don't really want that either because you want brain capital. You don't just want one company to write everything, they sit on your board, and then what? Because you always have to find people who can give you more, not just money in the future, but also, hey, the idea of pivoting. Because right now, especially because we're in a high-risk pandemic time, companies are going to be pivoting left and right. And those are the ones who are going to really truly survive. If you're doing the same thing you were trying to do before COVID-19, then there's something wrong with your business model because people's consumer preferences have changed. The way people buy B2B contracts has changed. So really, I would say that it's not that there's less investors, it's just that people are just being really more cautious and finding that there's even more greater opportunities. Because really during recessions, there are going to be times where you're going to find even more great deals.